Okay, this is lesson practice 7, which we are going to, once we're done with completing these on our journal pages, okay, these are pages 136, 137. You will be entering your answers in Schoology under Amplify Desmos so that you can earn credit for it. But we're going to work in our journals and then enter our work in the app. The relationship between a distance in yards, y, and the same distance in miles, x, is represented by the equation y equals 1,760x. Complete the table. So we're going to use this formula to complete our table. If x is 1, we just multiply that by 1, and 1 times anything is the other number. Okay, if x is 5, we're going to replace x with 5 here. So we're going to do 1,760 divided times 5. Excuse me, that's multiplication. We have 8,800. And then here we're going to be working backwards. We have our y, and we need to solve for x. So if we have our y value, we are dividing both sides by the 1,760. So in this direction, we multiply. The opposite direction, we're going to divide by that amount. You can use your calculators here. 3,520 divided by 1,760 works out to be 2. And same with this last one here. 17,600 divided by 1,760 is 10. Complete the table. 2, is this a proportional relationship? Yes, it is. It is in the form y equals kx. Okay, and then you can say k equals 1,760 in the equation. Okay, next we have a series of examples, and we have to check whether these represent a proportional or not proportional relationship. It says the remaining length L of a 120-inch rope after X inches have been cut off. L equals X minus 120 minus X. Well, we have a problem here because we have a subtraction problem. That is not in the form y equals kx, so that is not proportional. The cost T after 8% sales tax is added to an item's price, P. So 1.08p equals T. And if I rewrote that, T is also equal to 1.08p. So we have y equals kx, the format. So that one is proportional. All we did was read it this way. The number of marbles, x, each sister gets after m marbles are shared equally among 4 sisters is x equals m over 4. So I could put a 1 in front of the m here. So x is equal to 1/4 m. That is proportional. Your k in this case is a fraction, 1/4. And number 6, we have volume. The volume of a rectangular prism whose height is 12 inches and whose base is a square with side lengths s centimeters. V equals 12s squared. Remember, you can't have exponents greater than 1. It is not in the form y equals kx because x right here is s, which is s squared, not x by itself. So that is not proportional. Okay, problems 7 and 8. It says determine whether or not each relationship is proportional. Explain. So in this case, we're going to look at a table to see if it's proportional. Again, one thing to look for is 0, 0 on the chart. We don't have that. But the next thing is to see if the unit rates stay the same. So when you do y divided by x, are you getting the same amount? So here I have 5 divided by 2. That works out to be 2.5. And if I do 7.5 divided by 3, y divided by x here, I'm getting 2.5. So far, they seem to have the same unit rate, but we're going to try the next one. 15 divided by 6. That is also 2.5. So yes, this is proportional. And to explain that, we could say y is equal to 2.5x. Okay, looking at number 8, we have an issue here. The 3.2 times x is good, but we have an added amount here, that plus 5. So this is not in the form y equals kx. It's not just something times x, you have an added piece to that. Okay, over to journal page 137. Problems 9 and 10. It says determine whether each relationship is proportional or not proportional. Explain your thinking. The weight of a stack of standard 8.5 by 11 inch paper and the number of sheets of paper. So we're looking at weight and the number of sheets. This is proportional because the weight of each paper is constant. Okay, they're all 8.5 by 11 inch pieces of paper. We're assuming out of the same ream. So that is constant, so that is proportional. Okay, contrast that with question number 10. It says the weight of a stack of different size books where each book weighs a different amount and the number of books in a stack. Okay, this would be not proportional. And basically, each book weighs a different amount. So there is no constant weight. Okay, if you're dealing with different sizes, they're all going to weigh differently. And that would not be constant. You couldn't do like, 3 books would be this weight, 4 books would be that weight. You really can't tell. It's not going to be proportional. All right, question 11, we have a table for you to fill in here. It says Liam and Samar are running a 60-meter race. Each of their distances can be represented by an equation in the form y equals kx. Okay, so they're telling us that they're both running at a constant speed. And y is the distance in meters. And x is the time in seconds. So this is our x. This is Liam's y. This is Samar's y. Liam's distance is represented with the equation y equals 6x. So whatever x is, we're going to multiply by 6 to get our y. So 0 times 6 is 0, 2 times 6 is 12, 4 times 6 is 24, 6 times 6 is 36, and 8 times 6 is 48. Okay, we're not given the equation for Samar, but it does say that at 8 seconds, Liam is 16 meters ahead of Samar. So at the 8-second part right here, Liam is at the 48 mark and he's ahead of Samar. So that means Samar is behind by 16 meters. So 48 minus 16. So Samar's distance is 32. So based on that, and based on the fact that they're telling us that Samar is going at a constant rate of change, here with the 6x, this was times 6. Now we're going to do what times 8 gives us 32, and that is times 4. So Samar would be going y equals 4x. So to fill this in, we are going by times 4. So 0 times 4 is 0, 2 times 4 is 8, 4 times 4 is 16, 6 times 4 is 24. Okay, number 12. The equation y equals 3.5x can be used to determine the total cost y in dollars of x ounces of blueberries. What does the number 3.5 represent? Okay, so we have y equals 3.5x. This is the total cost. And x is our blueberries. So 3.5 is our constant. That's going to be the dollar amount per ounce of blueberries. Okay, so 33.5 is $3.50 per ounce of blueberries. Because we multiply the price per ounce. So if you buy 1 ounce, that's $3.50. If you buy 2 ounces, then that's going to be 2 times the $3.50 for $7 and so on. So the correct answer there is C. Because if you're saying just the 3.5, you're saying the price for 1 ounce. Okay, reflection is on you to do. Please go into Amplify Desmos and type in your answers.